Nobody thought the NBA's oldest player would still be dominating the league. At 40 years old, LeBron James isn't just hanging on, he's rewriting what too old even means. Most players are retired, coaching, or posting throwback highlights by now. LeBron, he's still out there dropping 30, carrying a franchise, and making people question if age even applies to him. But this wasn't supposed to happen. The NBA has seen legends fade before, guys who tried to stretch their careers a little too far, only to end up benched or forgotten. Fans thought LeBron would be the same story. Every season, the predictions came in. This is the year he slows down. And every season, he proved them wrong. What's wild is, when you look at the league's history, almost no one makes it this far. The oldest players ever, guys like Robert Parrish, Vince Carter, and Kevin Willis, stuck around, sure, but none of them were still playing at this level. That's where LeBron stands alone. He's not surviving, he's thriving. But that's not even the craziest part, because when you look deeper into how he's doing it, it starts to feel like LeBron might have pulled off the biggest illusion the NBA's ever seen. Long before LeBron was breaking records, there was another man who fooled the NBA in a completely different way. His name was Nat Hickey, and his story sounds like something out of a sports movie. In 1948, Hickey was the coach of the Providence Steamrollers, one of the earliest teams in the Basketball Association of America, the league that eventually became the NBA. His team was terrible, losing almost every game. So one night, out of frustration or pure desperation, Hickey decided to do something insane. He activated himself as a player. At 45 years old, he suited up, checked in, and officially became the oldest player in NBA history. It didn't go well. He missed almost every shot he took, and the team still lost. But Hickey's name was forever written in history, a strange reminder that sometimes the game isn't about talent. It's about ego, defiance, and refusing to let go. Fast forward nearly 80 years later, and the NBA has a new outlier. Another man defying time itself. But unlike Hickey, LeBron didn't just sneak into the game once to prove a point. He's been owning the game for over 2 decades. And when people started realizing how impossible that seemed, the theories began. For years, people have been waiting for LeBron James to fall off. Every time a new season started, headlines popped up saying the same thing. Father Time is undefeated. Analysts predicted decline, rivals laughed, and fans claimed his era was over. And yet, season after season, LeBron kept showing up like he didn't get the memo. He wasn't just staying in shape, he was evolving. He adjusted his game, took smarter shots, picked his moments, and somehow found ways to make the impossible look routine. But that didn't stop the rumors. Some said the NBA was protecting its biggest star. Others claimed he had secret recovery methods or private tech that gave him an edge. There were whispers about million-dollar body treatments, hyperbaric chambers, and recovery specialists who treated him like a science project. Whether it was truth or myth didn't even matter. The mystery only grew. Because here's what really threw people off. LeBron didn't just survive the test of time. He looked like he was reversing it. His production stayed elite, his athleticism barely dipped, and his leadership became sharper than ever. The doubters ran out of excuses, but LeBron wasn't done proving them wrong. Because the secret behind his longevity? It wasn't what anyone expected. LeBron's secret isn't just genetics or luck, it's obsession. For years, he's treated his body like a billion-dollar company, because that's exactly what it is. Reports say he spends over $1.5 million a year just to keep himself in peak condition. Cryotherapy chambers, hyperbaric oxygen treatments, customized diets, even his own team of personal trainers and recovery specialists. But that's only half the story. What really separates LeBron is how he's changed his style. Early in his career, he was pure explosiveness. Sprinting end to end, bulldozing defenders, playing every minute like it was a finals game. Now, he's surgical. He conserves energy, picks his spots, and plays chess while everyone else plays checkers. He's learned to let the game come to him. No wasted motion, no chasing highlight plays just to prove he still can. That evolution from athletic monster to strategic mastermind is what's kept him not just relevant but dominant. And yet for every success story, there's always a cost. Because maintaining superhuman standards for this long doesn't come without cracks in the armor. And people started noticing. It's one thing to survive in the NBA at 40, it's another to dominate it. And that's exactly what LeBron has done. Fooling an entire league into thinking he's still in his prime. When he dropped 46 points on the Clippers at age 38, analysts said it was a farewell flash. Then he did it again, and again. In 2024, he became the first player ever to record 30 points and 10 assists in his 21st season, a stat line that should have been impossible. Teams game plan to exploit his age, only to realize he was still faster, smarter, and stronger than players half his age. It wasn't just the numbers, it was the illusion. His explosiveness looked untouched, his jump shot smoother than ever, and his basketball IQ on another level. Every time critics said he's slowing down, he'd come back with a highlight reel that made them eat their words. And here's the wild part. He made it look effortless. The same league that once predicted his decline had now adjusted around him. Opponents gave him too much respect. Younger stars copied his training habits, and front offices built rosters knowing LeBron could still swing an entire playoff series by himself. He didn't just fool the fans, he fooled the system. But even the greatest magic trick comes with a hidden cost. Because behind all that dominance, something else was happening that most people never saw. Every illusion has its breaking point, and even LeBron James isn't invincible. Behind the highlights, the records, and the endless comparisons to his younger self, there's a quiet reality most people ignore: the cost of staying great. Playing this long takes a toll no camera captures. The recovery time doubles, the pain lasts longer, and the margin for error disappears. LeBron has admitted he wakes up some days barely able to move, but the world still expects him to perform like it's 2013. That kind of pressure isn't physical. It's psychological warfare. And the longer he stays, the higher the stakes. One bad injury could end everything he's built. Every year he returns, he risks the one thing he's spent decades protecting: his legacy. Fans are fickle, they forget fast. And for every amazing performance, one off night sparks the same old question: is this finally it? But that's exactly what makes his story so powerful. Because he's still showing up, still proving that greatness doesn't expire. It just evolves. And if you think he's close to being done, you might want to think again. LeBron James is entering uncharted territory. No one has ever played this long, this well, for this many seasons. He's now the first player in NBA history to hit 23 seasons. And he's still going. The craziest part? He's not just chasing stats anymore, he's chasing time itself. Fans are already wondering what's left for him to prove. He's the all-time scoring leader, a 4-time champion, and one of the smartest players the game's ever seen. Maybe he plays into his mid-40s. Maybe he joins ownership or builds his own franchise. Whatever the next chapter is, he's already rewritten what's possible for athletes who come after him. But if you think his story's ending anytime soon, think again. Because LeBron isn't just extending his career, he's bending the rules of basketball history. For 2 decades, everyone's tried to predict when LeBron James would finally slow down. And every time he's rewritten the script. The truth is, he didn't fool the NBA with smoke and mirrors. He fooled them by never becoming the player they expected him to be. When the league thought he'd decline, he adapted. When they prepared for his fall, he evolved. And when people said he's too old, he redefined what old even means. His greatest trick wasn't outlasting his competition. It was convincing the world that time doesn't control him. So maybe LeBron didn't fool the NBA after all. Maybe he exposed it, showing every player, every critic, and every fan that the limits we believe in are just that: beliefs. And when the final buzzer on his career finally sounds, the league won't just remember the championships or the stats. They'll remember the man who made age look like an illusion. Because LeBron James didn't just beat Father Time, he made him wait.